Griner just called Caitlin Clark a trash effing white girl. Caitlin Clark has been picked on and abused ever since she entered the league in 2024, and now Brittney Griner is...
The WNBA finds itself at a critical crossroads as mounting pressure builds for the league to investigate Atlanta Dream center Brittney Griner following a controversial incident involving Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. As video footage continues to circulate showing Griner allegedly directing racial slurs toward Clark after fouling out of the game, the silence from WNBA headquarters has become deafening, particularly when contrasted with the league's swift response to other controversies involving Clark and opposing fans.
Mel Hill, former ESPN host, says that no, she didn't say bleep white girl. She says bleep whack call, to which she then went on to call me a grifter for even pointing this out, but besides the point. You can watch and make up your own mind as to what it appears Brittney Griner is saying. It's not certain what Griner says. There is one way to find out. Ask Brittney Griner. However, no one has done that except for Outkick. It's been over 2 weeks since Griner said this. Instead, the WNBA was investigating a bogus race hoax made up by Angel Reese about Indiana Fever fans. And I say bogus because they found no evidence that supports...
The controversy erupted during the Indiana Fever's 81-76 victory over the Atlanta Dream, a game already marked by intense physicality and mounting tensions between the two teams. In the second half, Brittney Griner committed her sixth foul, effectively ending her night with disappointment and visible frustration. As cameras captured the scene, lip readers and social media analysts quickly identified what appeared to be Griner calling Clark trash, followed by what many interpreted as effing white girl.
After she fouled out, she decided to take her anger and frustration out on Caitlin Clark. If the roles were reversed, imagine the type of field day the media would be having right now. Let's all remember the character of Brittney Griner. This is the same woman who got caught smoking weed in Russia and was jailed. And then Joe Biden made a trade for the Merchant of Death and returned him back to Russia for him to continue doing the same shenanigans that he was doing before he...
The incident gained explosive traction on social media platforms, with a video clip trending for nearly 36 hours and drawing reactions from prominent figures across the sports and political spectrum. The timing of this incident proved particularly significant given the broader context of Clark's rookie season and the unprecedented attention she has brought to women's basketball.
She ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's fourth in the league in MVP voting. Fourth in the league, her rookie year.
Wow. Clark's impact on WNBA viewership has been nothing short of revolutionary, with games featuring the former Iowa star averaging 178 million viewers compared to just 394,000 for games without her presence. This 199% viewership gap underscores just how valuable Clark has become to the league's commercial success and mainstream relevance.
News just came out. Ratings are higher than it's ever been for the WNBA.
Yeah.
Congrats to Caitlin Clark. It's crazy how that works.
I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Proof's in the pudding, kind
Get a girl out
exactly.
who can pull up from the state next door.
Yeah.
And up an entire arena, every arena.
Griner's on-court behavior throughout the season has raised additional concerns about player conduct and league oversight. The physical nature of her play against Clark during their previous encounters has been unnecessarily aggressive, particularly given that the two play different positions. Video analysis of their interactions shows a pattern of hard screens, elevated contact, and what some have described as targeting behavior toward the league's most marketable star.
Said many times that Caitlin Clark got roughed up repeatedly by defenders throughout her rookie year last year. It was attempted bullying, trying to break her spirit, intimidate her, put her in her place, get even with her for all the attention she was getting. But this season, it appears Caitlin is more committed to...
The most recent game between the Fever and the Dream featured multiple instances of chippy play, with Griner picking up fouls at a concerning rate before ultimately fouling out of the contest. Basketball analysts have noted that Griner's foul rate in games involving Clark significantly exceeds her season average, suggesting either poor game management or intentional targeting of the rookie sensation. This pattern becomes even more troubling when viewed alongside the alleged verbal incident, painting a picture of sustained hostility toward a player who has single-handedly elevated the profile of women's professional basketball. Multiple game footage reviews have shown Griner engaging in what could be characterized as excessive contact, including elevated screens and unnecessary body contact that goes beyond normal basketball competition. While physical play is certainly part of the sport, the consistency and targeting nature of these interactions raise questions about whether they cross the line into unsportsmanlike conduct.
Watch some of these plays, guys. Watch some of these plays on Caitlin Clark. Look at this. Look at this. See that? Grabbing, physically grabbing her, applying pressure, pushing her. Look at Brittney Griner. Look at this. Look at how physical they are. Now, granted, Caitlin Clark has been in the weight room this season, but I'm telling you right now, there is only so much your body can take, man. Look at how close Ryan Howard playing her.
Perhaps the most damaging aspect of this controversy has been the WNBA's starkly different response compared to previous investigations involving Clark and allegations of inappropriate conduct. Just weeks before the Griner incident, the league launched a comprehensive investigation into claims that Indiana Fever fans had directed racist chants toward Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese. That investigation, which lasted nearly 2 weeks, ultimately found no evidence to substantiate the allegations. Yet the league treated the matter with utmost seriousness and transparency. Despite video evidence trending across social media platforms and widespread public calls for investigation, the WNBA has maintained complete silence on the Griner matter. This selective enforcement of league standards has prompted criticism from political figures, media personalities, and fans who see a troubling pattern of bias in how the organization handles controversies.
Investigating Brittney Griner, how have you refused to provide a statement on Brittney Griner's behalf from the Atlanta Dream, from the WNBA to Outkick? Because we've asked. So we asked the WNBA, are you investigating Brittney Griner? We've asked the Atlanta Dream, what did Brittney Griner say? We've asked Brittney Griner's representatives, what did you say here? She's made zero comment on this incredibly viral video. Again, I think she says, white girl. I think she is insulting somebody based.
The incident has drawn sharp commentary from prominent sports media figures, with ESPN's Stephen A. Smith emerging as one of the most vocal critics of both Griner's alleged behavior and the league's response. Smith, who has been a consistent advocate for recognizing Clark's transformative impact on women's basketball, expressed frustration with what he perceives as resentment toward Clark from established players and league officials. Smith's analysis has focused particularly on the economic realities that make Clark's success crucial for the entire league. His commentary highlighted the stark viewership numbers, noting that Clark's most recent game before injury drew 22 million viewers on CBS, making it the second most watched WNBA game ever on the network. Other media personalities have also weighed in, with many expressing bewilderment at the league's failure to address the allegations with the same seriousness applied to other incidents. Skip Bayless noted the significance of both Griner's silence and the league's inaction. I waited to comment on this until the WNBA was able to investigate it. I wanted them to issue a statement about it, but we have heard nothing from the WNBA. Absolutely nothing. And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find significant.
I don't know for sure what was going on with what cameras caught Brittney Griner saying on the bench after she had fouled out against Caitlin Clark's Fever in Atlanta. I waited to comment on this until the WNBA was able to investigate it. I wanted them to issue a statement about it, but we have heard nothing from the WNBA, absolutely nothing. And Brittney Griner has not commented, which I find significant.
This controversy occurs against a backdrop of increasing scrutiny regarding player conduct throughout the WNBA, with several high-profile incidents raising questions about league discipline and standards enforcement. The Griner incident is not occurring in isolation, but as part of a pattern of controversial moments that have overshadowed on-court performance and league growth. Recent weeks have seen additional incidents, including Connecticut Sun guard Dijonai Carrington's controversial play where she was caught on video pulling LA Sparks guard Sarah Ashley Barker down by her hair. The league's existing conduct policies provide a clear framework for addressing inappropriate behavior with technical fouls, ejections, and potential suspensions. However, the inconsistent application of these standards has created an environment where some players appear to operate under different expectations than others.
Folks, the WNBA already set a precedent. It doesn't matter what Brittney Griner said. It doesn't matter what Brittney Griner said, because they've already shown us they don't need evidence, they don't need substance, they don't need any type of proof at all to launch a bogus investigation into Indiana Fever fans, so they shouldn't need any substance, any basis, any evidence to launch an investigation into any other fan, any other player, any other group. The WNBA set.
The financial stakes surrounding this controversy cannot be overstated, particularly given Clark's outsized impact on league revenues, viewership, and commercial success. Clark's presence has transformed the WNBA from a niche sport struggling for relevance into appointment television that rivals major sporting events. Her games consistently draw audiences 3 times larger than contests without her involvement, creating an economic dependency that makes protecting the league's biggest star a business imperative. Television executives and sponsors have taken notice, with ESPN reporting a 170% increase in WNBA viewership during the 2024 season. The league's broadcasting partners have seen record-breaking audience numbers, with ESPN registering its 7th highest WNBA viewing figures ever during Clark's rookie campaign. This commercial success has translated into tangible benefits for all players, including chartered flights and improved travel conditions that the league had been unable to provide for over 2 decades.
Ticket sales are down 70% in many places. The Fever played the Mystics 2 nights ago. The cheapest ticket before her injury was announced was $41, okay? The cheapest one. After her injury was announced and people knew that she wasn't going to be playing, the lowest ticket price dropped to $3. $3. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. The WNBA doesn't quite realize what they have in Caitlin Clark. She is the absolute golden goose, the golden ticket. She is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
The potential consequences of failing to protect this investment extend far beyond individual games or seasons. When Clark has been injured or absent, viewership numbers have plummeted dramatically, demonstrating the fragility of the league's newfound mainstream appeal. Allowing controversial incidents to fester without proper investigation or accountability risks alienating both Clark and the massive audience she has brought to women's basketball. Given the mounting evidence, public pressure, and clear precedent established by previous league investigations, the WNBA faces an unavoidable responsibility to thoroughly examine the Griner incident. That a proper investigation would involve several key components: interviews with all players present during the incident, including both Griner and Clark, collection of witness statements from teammates, officials, and arena personnel, and review of broader patterns of interaction between the two players throughout the season. This comprehensive approach would mirror the thoroughness applied to other league investigations and demonstrate consistent standards regardless of the players involved.
It's very possible that Brittney Griner was blaming Caitlin Clark in the big picture for her fouling out, blaming referees in general for overprotecting the Fever because the league wants the Fever to win and the fucking white girl to be MVP because the fucking white girl sells tickets and detonates ratings.
The WNBA's handling of this controversy will likely have lasting implications for how the league is perceived by players, fans, media, and commercial partners. The organization has spent considerable effort building credibility as a professional sports league that takes conduct and sportsmanship seriously, launching campaigns like No Space for Hate to establish clear expectations for behavior. Failure to investigate credible allegations of racial misconduct, particularly when contrasted with investigations into less substantiated claims, undermines these efforts and suggests that league discipline operates on a double standard. This perception could have far-reaching consequences for player morale, fan engagement, and commercial relationships. The broader women's basketball ecosystem also hangs in the balance. Clark's impact has extended beyond professional basketball to elevate the entire sport, including college programs and youth participation. Allowing conflicts and controversies to overshadow this positive momentum risks squandering an unprecedented opportunity for growth and mainstream acceptance.
WNBA is trash.
No,
Straight
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, this is my opinion.
Okay.
This is my opinion.
Okay.
It's a zombie company. It loses money. Nobody's going to the game. Thank God they get Caitlin Clark. She's injured for 2 weeks. All of a sudden, attendance goes down. This is not going to work long term. You trust me. You'll see this long term. Ain't nobody.
The WNBA stands at a defining moment that will shape both its immediate future and long-term credibility as a professional sports organization. The league's response to the Brittney Griner controversy will send a clear message about its priorities, standards, and commitment to fair and consistent enforcement of conduct policies. The evidence demanding investigation continues to mount, from video footage and expert analysis to political pressure and media scrutiny that shows no signs of abating. The league must move quickly to launch a comprehensive investigation that mirrors the thoroughness and transparency of previous inquiries. This investigation should examine not only the specific incident involving alleged racial comments, but also the broader pattern of physical play and conduct characterizing interactions between established players and the league's biggest star. Only through such decisive action can the WNBA demonstrate that it values consistency, accountability, and the protection of all players, regardless of their star status or commercial value. The stakes could not be higher for a league that has finally achieved mainstream relevance and commercial success after decades of struggle. The WNBA's handling of this controversy will determine whether it can maintain the momentum generated by Clark's transformative impact or risk losing the unprecedented growth and attention that has defined this historic period in women's professional basketball. The time for investigation is now, and the league's credibility hangs in the balance.